You're good.
Okay, we're good. Well, good morning. I'd like to call this special Oak Harbor City Council meeting to order. This is a special meeting. It is June 15th, 11:30 a.m. And again, it's a special meeting. We will not start this meeting then with a flag salute like we normally do. I'd just start in by announcing that due to COVID-19, there is no physical meeting location per Washington Proclamation 20-28. Today's meeting may be viewed live via YouTube and replayed on cable channel 10 or in HD on 1090. In addition, the public may call 623-404-9000 and enter the meeting ID number, and that ID number is 149-766-1467 to listen to the meeting live, and that is for audio only. Council members and city staff are participating via teleconference, and I'd like to turn to our city clerk, Julie, to do a roll call at this time.
This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor Pro Tem Munns.
Present.
Councilmember Heisen.
Present.
Councilmember Servadius.
Present.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Present.
Councilmember Wiesner.
Present.
Mayor, we have 5 of our council members present, so we do have a quorum. We have 2 council members that requested to be excused.
Okay, so Councilors Mack and Goebel have indicated they can't be present today, and I would entertain a motion to excuse them.
I'll do that, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. We have a
Second.
motion and a second now. Motion from Mayor Pro Tem and second from Councilor Wiesner to excuse Council members Mack and Goebel. All in favor, please raise your hand. Looks like we've got all 5 present that have raised their hands, so that would mean passes unanimously. Thank you. So our special meeting agenda today is to consider approval of Resolution 21-23, accepting American Rescue Plan funding and designating an authorized representative. This is a requirement for the city to receive the funding. And here to tell you more about this, we have our Finance Director, David Goldman, and also present is our City Attorney, Grant Weed. So I'll turn it to David at this time, please.
All right. Good morning. Can everybody see the shared screen?
Yes.
I can.
Looks good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, this was a little unclear here. I've never actually said good morning in the beginning of a council meeting, so that's kind of refreshing. So on March 11th, 2021, the American Rescue Plan Act was signed into law. On June 7th, 2021, not 11, allocations for non-entitlement units were provided by the Washington Office of Financial Management. Cities with populations under 50,000 and certain special districts tend to fall into the category of non-entitlement units. Oak Harbor's allocation is about $6.6 million, of which half will be paid in 21 and the other half will be paid in 22. In order to receive the funding from the Office of Financial Management's target date of June 27th, they must receive our response with signed documentation by June 18th, 2021. The selection of projects or initiatives to apply this funding towards, they're not needed to accept this funding. And recipients actually have until the end of 2024 to obligate this funding. We're going to have an in-depth presentation regarding the permissible uses of funding at the June 30th, 2021 City Council workshop. And we'll also have future workshops that'll delve into the details of what programs to allocate funding to, followed by a budget amendment to appropriate the budget to the funding that's decided by the city council. So documents which are attached to the agenda item that will need to be signed and returned by that June 18th date are the information and acceptance form, the U.S. Department of Treasury Terms and Conditions, and the U.S. Department of Treasury Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which are pretty standard forms, for federal grants. So the recommended motion is up on the screen to accept the American Rescue Plan funding in the amount of $6,578,122 and designate the finance director as the authorized representative to sign the documentation related to this funding. With that, I leave it to the city council and mayor to deliberate.
So thank you, David. Before we do that, I just want to make sure that we've gotten no calls or input from the public regarding this. Julie?
That's correct, Mayor. We received no public comment on this item.
Okay, thank you. So I'll turn to Mayor Pro Tem Munns at this time.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Goldman, do we need to send in a list when we decide or complete the projects, or it's just carte blanche in an audit, then they would know what the money had been spent for between now and 2024?
Well, we're going to have workshops to go over what is permissible per the act. It's a lot more flexible than the previous CARES Act funding that was provided to local governments and state governments. But there are still some restrictions. So I'd like to go over those in a workshop just to educate the city council on what those are. And there's also some impermissible uses as well, I'd like to point out as far as that goes. But we don't have to provide them with any list of projects or any allocations at this time. This is simply to tell them, yes, we're going to take the money. And then they can go through the motions to actually transmit it to us so it can start earning interest in our bank accounts. And, we have plenty of time to deliberate and appropriate the funding and allocate the funding towards initiative or projects or any item, that the city council would like to talk about and deliberate.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Got it.
Any other questions or input? Councilor Wassinger.
If there's no other hands up, I'll go ahead and make the motion. I move to accept the American Rescue Plan funding of $6,578,122 and designate the finance director as the authorized representative to sign documentation related to this funding.
Second.
Okay, we've got a.
I could just clarify, Mayor, is included in the motion the approval and adoption of the resolution.
I'm sorry, Grant, was that a question?
Yeah, just can we assume based on the motion made that also includes approval of the resolution?
Oh, I apologize. I think that part wasn't up on. Oh, sorry.
I apologize. I should.
Oh, no, that was, yeah, I see it now here in my packet. Well, shoot. I can amend my motion or or that one could fail, however you guys want to do it.
I believe the council member may restate the motion.
Yeah,
Perfect.
What I might recommend is exactly what was moved with added at the end, including adoption of resolution number. I don't have the number in front of me, but what
21-23.
Yes.
So that's the way you've restated the motion, Councilor Wassinger. Okay. And,
yes. My motion and to approve resolution 21-23.
Okay. And we have a second from Mayor Pro Tem Munns. Do you agree with that for your second?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So then we have a motion that reads exactly like it appears here, but it does include and approval of resolution 21-23 at the end of the recommended motion. Any questions? Okay, seeing none, all in favor, please signify by raising your hand. And it looks like we have 5 hands up, so that would indicate unanimous passage of this action. And I believe that then concludes our business for this meeting.
Mayor,
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem.
isn't today your birthday? Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is. Yeah, I've reached a stage in my life where I'm kind of passing on a few of those if I possibly can, but thank you. I appreciate it. That's very
Well,
nice.
it's a blessing to wake up and know it's your birthday. So
Yeah.
there you go. What can you say?
That's very much true. Thank you. Okay.
No better birthday present than what we just what we just received from the federal government.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for attending. If there's seeing no further business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
We've got about 4 motions. I'm going to give that one to the male voice. I think it was Councilor Wiesner. And is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Looks like we're going to pass that one unanimously. I see. Yep. Thank you very much for your time today. Special meeting and all, and your work always. Thank you. We appreciate it.